Welcome to the channel. In today's episode, we wrap up our series, Alaska to Virginia in a Scout 800. We will be going to Harvester Homecoming and seeing some incredible vehicles. And then we get to drive down from Fort Wayne, Indiana to Virginia through West Virginia. And Nugget still has a couple surprises for us along the way. And then stick around for afterwards. We're going to talk a little bit about what we've done to Nugget since we've gotten back and walk through it. So Happy New Year to you guys, and stick around. There you go, Rick, you're 64. Airplane seats. I don't think they're original, but it's awesome regardless. That is so cool. No doubt an airport shuttle at some point with luggage compartments on the roof. Stageway. What a beast. That's the thing, when you come early to help, you get like a pre-show. I'm not being very helpful at the moment. Too many cool things to look at. What's that? Travelall?
Yeah. It's got the history of it here, but it actually started out
It was beautiful. We came early to help, April, but are you being much help? No. We'll jump back in there and help later. Holy crap. There's my baby without the body. I wonder if they'd notice it if the steering box disappeared. Mine's just pouring out right there. Look, look. There you go. I see some interior that kind of looks like yours.
looks exactly like mine.
Except that's green, right? The International Armored Scout proposal. Wow. Man, this place has it all. Anybody looking for a Scout, there's one for sale. What year Scout is this? If you know, put it in the comments. The tag says it's for sale and it's a 1970, but I'm not sure. Maybe that was the year it was titled, but probably not the year it was manufactured. Because I think in 1970 there would have been a rectangle light there. I know where one of these are. It's a shame. It's just rotting on the tundra in western Alaska. Same my age. Now this is one of my favorite Scouts of the whole show. This is a Scout 80 camper mobile. You've probably seen them online, but I've not really gotten a good look at the inside before. This would have been great coming from Alaska. The toilet flips up. This is the coolest thing ever. Right down to the Zebco reels. The show had it all. If it was an international, it was there. There was yard tractors and lawn mowers and farm tractors and Scouts and Scout 2s and pickup trucks and travel-alls and tractor and trailers and school buses and fire trucks. You won't miss out. It's a great show for sure. Two-seater. Can you imagine swivel seats? I love that. I love that. Well, day one of the show was incredible. We're back here at the hotel. You can tell, beautiful red Scout over there. Holy cow, it is sweet. We are staying another night. Show goes on for tomorrow. Had a great time. Seen a lot of incredible Scouts and trucks and metros and the internationals have just been well represented at the show. Anyway, while we get ready for supper, maybe you could subscribe to the channel. What do you think? Yeah, that's us. As of today, 5,854 miles, 37 days on the road. Anyway, we had a great time. Met a lot of really incredible people. On day two, more internationals arrive. More and more and more. It was all I could do not to just walk around and video. The vehicles that were there were an incredible mix of internationals and restoration levels of internationals, from your typical rust-infested international down to something that is certainly nicer than the day it came off the showroom floor. So while we were there, Nugget was recognized for the accomplishment of driving it down, I guess. Harvester Homecoming doesn't give out lots of awards, but we did receive the award for light duty trucks, and we were very honored to receive that. April says I can't wear it around the house anymore. So it's now on a shelf. But I still put it on occasionally when she's not looking.
I think it's good. You can see it clear.
Okay. All right, that's all you got was the picture. So.
And then Troy Link with Trucking Troy got the heavyweight championship class for this incredible truck. The dyno for testing the old international trucks. The dyno on the floor and the big tumblers. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The hot room. This is the dyno from underneath. And right there's the big rollers. So for the rest of the afternoon, we just sat around and enjoyed the company of friends, taking in the shade, surviving the heat of the day. April enjoying the mobile AC unit.
Hey, mine isn't as nice as Mary's.
Yes, Mary's is much nicer. Nice.
Is it chargeable or battery?
So this morning, I'm going to add a little grease to the steering box before we take off. But just admiring all of the cool old Scouts here in the parking lot this morning at the hotel. This one over here, this is Carl and Mary's Traveler. Has the diesel motor, the Nissan diesel. He's got an Instagram page called Sydney Across America. They've put more miles on that than we have put on this for sure. Check out his Instagram page. Here we have a couple others. We want to do this to April's Traveler. See how it's been cut and put a Scout 2 tailgate on, and then have a lift gate. We haven't done it yet. We have the parts. That'll be a someday project. But this morning, I'm trying to get a little grease in the steering box so that it doesn't get stiff again on me on the way down. It won't be too bad. Hopefully it all won't leak out like the oil did. Someone had suggested I use something called cornhead grease, but I already have a grease gun full of grease of some other brand. Anyway, I'll stick it in. We're gonna rebuild it this fall anyway, probably. So I just gotta get 500 miles out of it. And then I'm gonna jump out of this thing in my yard and probably not get back in for a month. So here's the plan. Here is the plan. We are opening up the manual steering box there this morning. We're just gonna pump a bunch of grease down into the gear. Put it on my hot dogger there. I gotta remember to put my Jimmy Dean biscuit in there for late breakfast. I should be able to get the nose of my grease gun in there. This is my grease gun holder. I know it's fancy. It's a sleeve off of an old sweatshirt. But it keeps the handle and keeps it from going everywhere. And I probably won't be able to do this, but see how it just fits right in there. I'm just gonna pump until it's gone. Okay, the grease is in. Went in really well. I'll probably put in half a tube. Started kind of coming out the top. I don't think it's because it's full. I think it's because of air bubbles or something, but we'll let that work down, and then I have some more to put in if I think I need it. So, yeah, let's get packed up and get on the road. I think we have a little less than 500 miles to go to Virginia, 2 days. We might push it a little bit more today to try to get down to West Virginia or in the mountains a little bit. It might be cool enough to camp again, but I tell you, it also might not, because it's got to be 80 degrees already this morning. So let's get packed up and hit the road. Steering has gotten a little sloppy. My amp meter is still very upset. With my gas fill up, so when I switch tanks. day the steering was so sloppy. It's making me nervous. So I'm gonna tighten up a little bit more. I'm gonna do a 1/8 of a turn on the box, and then somebody needs a muffler. And then I might turn in on the end of that drag link a little bit, because the West Virginia curves are getting kind of hard. What is likely the last fill up of the trip. We are 213 miles away from Virginia, from our home in Virginia there. It won't be long now. And I'm creeping along with the gas again. I bet I have spent, I could probably add it up, 20 minutes per fill up for 30 fill-ups. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, April's in there getting coffee. There she is, getting a couple donuts for the trip, and we are headed through West Virginia. I'm a little nervous about West Virginia. The roads are very up and down. I mean, like, there's lots of hills and valleys, and Nugget doesn't like it too much. Just checking to see if the girl that wasn't paying attention missed my camper, and she did. It's hard to, it's such a weird little camper, people tend to notice it. Anyway, the fill up is going kind of slow. That's about as fast as it ever goes. And I've gotten better. I only put it on the ground now, just a drop or two. No, not really. Some pumps are great and some pumps are not. But this one's a good one. I can do just a slow drizzle. So you ready to ride, April? Last day, feeling excited? A little bit?
A little bit nervous.
Have you had enough?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we've had enough. That is for sure. Got the car all loaded. That was from the show the other day. I just left it on for the ride. brakes are under high pressure going to the floor. I look underneath and it's wet. I'll show you what we got. Well, the back one is low, but it still has some in it. So that's good. I've not pumped air into it. I'll top it off. That pipe's hot. All right, well, I've got, probably put a, I don't know, fourth a cup of brake fluid back in, and we will see how it goes. Just a little easier on the toll booths. I've tightened this one up. It seems to be mostly up here. None of the other brakes look wet. They're all nice and dry. Nothing going on down there. Up front they look dry. This is not dry. But I think, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, April, pump them really hard and hold them. Oh, stop. Yep, that's a problem. That's disappointing. We're about 170 miles from our place in Virginia. Now what? So just down the road is two guys auto repair, towing and auto repair. And they are going to see if they can flare the end of it for me, squeeze me in. So if we didn't do that, I'm just gonna take a pair of vice grips and pinch the end of the line off and go from there. All right, brake line fixed and we are back on the road. Thanks to this guy right here at Two Guys Towing and Auto Repair. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll catch you later. All right, take care, guys.
Y'all enjoy.
So all he had to do was cut the end off and reflare the end and put it back on. I guess the flaring must have split or got a crack in or something under pressure when I was trying to stop for that toll plaza. But the fella here, he's giving me a tour back to the highway. And I didn't have to have it towed. We just topped it off and drove on the front brakes to get there, so it worked. So we get around the corner here, we should be back on the highway and back on the road, and hopefully 100 miles from here to our new home in Virginia. As we head up the driveway here, let's talk a little bit about what we've done with Nugget since we have returned. We replaced the single barrel carburetor with a 2-barrel carburetor that works really well with the mechanical linkage that I have. I'm not super happy with the fact that I can't use my original air cleaner. Whoa, did you see that, deer? Yeah. I'm not super happy we can't use the original air cleaner with it because the top of it is square and the original was round. And they do make an adapter, but it won't fit under the hood. If any of you guys have figured out how to fix that, let me know in the comments below. We replaced the points with a Petronix ignition. I love points. I think they work just fine when everything is working well, but our distributor has quite a bit of play in it, and the Petronix has made it run so much smoother. We replaced the drag link and the tie rod with a new one that has fixed 85% of my steering issues. I still think there's a lot of wear in those gears in the steering box. The grease is still in there. I have not rebuilt it, but at some point I'm going to take that apart and check out those gears and see if there's anything I can do there. So yeah, that's kind of what we've done. With the teardrop, I got the sag fixed. I don't know if you've noticed in the videos that the back end was sagging quite a bit. Got that jacked up, new bolts put in, which has made it way more trail ready. So we are going to get it back out there onto the trails. We're considering putting together a question and answer video. If you guys have questions about the trip, about Nugget, about the teardrop, drop them in the comments below. Drop them over on our Facebook page, Vintage Overlanding, or on Instagram at Vintage Overlanding. And if we get enough interest there, we'll put together a question and answer session where we'll answer your questions live. Thank you very much for joining us on this adventure, watching the videos, commenting on the videos, and especially subscribing to the channel. We feel truly blessed to have all of the support that we have. If you've missed a video, go back and take a look. They're still there. The playlist is called Alaska to Virginia in a Scout 800. And if you've enjoyed them all, well, there'll be more coming. So we will see you out there on the road.